Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Aniti Patrick. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Now the news in full. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has suspended its indefinite nationwide strike after reaching an agreement with the federal government. In a post shared on his X handle on Saturday, President of the association, Mohammed Suleiman, confirmed the suspension of the strike. He said the suspension of the industrial action follows a series of conciliatory meetings with the federal government and the signing of a memorandum of understanding that details the state of the 19-point demand of the association. The Imo State government says it is taking steps to attract more investors to improve the economy of the state. One of such steps involves proper land administration, which is key to industrialization. Governor Hope Uzodinma makes this known while commissioning a new digital platform that improves transparency in land management. Global Television correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
The drive to rebuild investors' confidence in Imo State takes another step forward with the launch of the Imo Land Information Service Center, a digital platform that allows anyone to remotely verify the status of land across the state. Governor Hope Uzodinma says the system marks the end of years of land-related fraud, multiple sales, and what he called land grabbing, assuring residents and investors that the era of uncertainty is over.
Today, with due humility, marks the end of an ugly era, the era of corruption in a non-existent land administration system, the era of land grabbing, the era of stealing lands.
Aimed at making Imo State a more reliable destination for private investment, noting that credible land documentation remains a key concern for businesses and developers. The Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Chimezie Amadi, says the project aligns with the government's digital reform agenda and aims to modernize governance, improve transparency, and strengthen public trust.
In alignment with His Excellency's vision, Your Excellency, today's event demonstrates your unwavering commitment to modernize land administration, promoting transparency, and delivering faster and citizen.
With land administration now digitalized, the state government believes the new system speeds up transactions, reduces disputes, and opens more opportunities for economic growth. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
From Imo State, former Nigerian president and chairman of the West African Elders Forum, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, says no coup occurred in Guinea-Bissau, despite widespread reports of a military takeover. Jonathan made the clarification after returning to Nigeria following days of unrest in Bissau that triggered global concern. Our correspondent Ubong Usoro reports.
Tensions had gripped the West African sub-region after a heavy gunfire erupted around key government institutions in Guinea-Bissau, sparking fears of another military takeover. Several international observers, including former deepened. But speaking after his arrival in Abuja, Jonathan said the incident was not a classical military coup, insisting that President Umaru Embalo remained fully in charge of state affairs. Jonathan described the situation as an internal power struggle within the security architecture, and unlike any coup he had observed in the past. He also urged ECOWAS and the African Union to continue to monitor developments closely to prevent instability from spreading across the region.
And what is happening is like we are going back to those dark days of Guinea-Bissau, where the military can do whatever they think they can do. It's totally not acceptable.
Jonathan reaffirmed the commitment of regional leaders to protecting democracy, strengthening electoral systems, and preventing.
Former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has confirmed that he honored an invitation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over allegations he described investigators was completed and that he had been released on the understanding that he would return on a scheduled date for further questioning. The commission has not yet disclosed the full scope of its inquiry, though Malami says he is confident that the truth will emerge as the investigation progresses. Gifting is an old-age tradition that continues to strengthen relationships and build community harmony. The culture has contributed in keeping strong relationships within members of a community. As social and economic pressure rise, many Nigerians are rediscovering the power of giving, not because they have much, but because a little kindness goes a long way. Our correspondent Saadatu Garba tells us more.
Communities from urban centers to rural neighborhoods. The culture of centers to rural neighborhoods. The culture of gifting has long been woven into everyday life, from sharing food with neighbors, to exchanging souvenirs. As modern life, a sense of belonging in the society.
Okay, gifting is a very beautiful thing, and gifting comes with a lot of benefits. It comes with opening of doors, blessings, and it comes with putting smiles. You put smile on people's face, smile will also come to your life. So I feel giftings open a lot of doors that you even cannot fathom. You see, gifting also brings in help from where you don't expect.
Despite economic hardships, gifting remains a culture that should be continued. It doesn't have to be expensive. Simple gestures like sharing fruits, helping with chores, offering food boost mental health for both the giver and the receiver. It reduces stress, strengthens social bond, and promotes positive behavior, particularly among young people.
I think the benefit, there are many, but for my little understanding, I can say the benefit of the culture of gifting, it puts the society in a situation where anybody that is residing within the environment gains a sense of belonging to one another. It gives us that stand to help each other, that communication, that oneness.
In a society where many people face emotional and financial struggles, gifting becomes more than tradition. It becomes a tool for social support and unity. Encouraging the culture of gifting isn't about wealth, it's about kindness. It continues to evolve. Experts say reviving the connected and compassionate nation. Saadatu Garba reporting for Global TV News.
It shows that a little kindness goes a long way. Thank you, Saadatu. Homeschooling has emerged as a growing alternative. Homeschooling has emerged as a growing alternative for parents seeking more control over their children's learning experience. With digital resources expanding and online platforms becoming more accessible, families are embracing flexible, personalized models that differ sharply from the mainstream school system. Our correspondent Nafisat Baba takes a closer look on homeschooling in Nigeria.
In recent years, homeschooling attitude towards education. More and more parents are taking control of their children's learning. In this special report, we will explore the world of homeschooling, its benefits and challenges, and what it means for the future of education.
Because of the current situation of Nigeria now, insecurity and all that, I would say every parent should have a teacher for their child.
Homeschooling offers several benefits, including personalized learning and attention, flexibility in scheduling and pacing, ability to tailor education to individual learning styles, reduce peer pressure and social conflict, increase family time and bonding.
For a country where their infrastructure is highly developed, where you will not have issues when it comes to network issues, there is nothing wrong with online. But like in Nigeria, where we're still developing, I think it's better for children to have physical classes rather than online.
While home training can be a great option for some families, it also presents several challenges and concerns, including lack of socialization and social skills development, limited access to resources and facilities, potential biases in curriculum and teaching, increased responsibility and burden on parents.
If you look at the international community and look at the Nigerian system, the welfare of teachers has never been considered. And this is the motivational variables that every individual needs to look forward to.
As technology continues to evolve and improve, it's likely that homeschooling will become an even more viable and attractive option for many families. With the rise of online digital platforms, virtual reality, and other digital tools, homeschooling is becoming increasingly sophisticated and effective. Nefisa Baba, Global Television News.
In a nation where digital technology is expanding at record speed, another industry is growing in the shadows. Online scams, from fake investment schemes to romance fraud, the numbers keep rising, and so do the victims. Global TV's correspondent Sadia Yakubu reports.
Across Nigeria, certain cities have become hotspots for internet fraud. The tools, laptops, VPNs, foreign numbers, and carefully crafted online personals. Most scammers operate in small groups. They target foreign victims using romance scams, phishing, or fake e-commerce stores. But now, more Nigerians themselves are being scammed, especially through fake investment and crypto schemes shared on social media.
A whole lot of our youths are unemployed and unemployable. You know, they are two different things, but though related. And so by the time there is so much economic pressure on them, you know, to try to meet their basic needs, you know, societal needs and all that, and the resources is not there, they are not earning much. There is this tendency for them to be pressured into going into scam.
From social engineering to fake online love to fraudulent loan app that steal contact and harass users, digital scam operations are becoming more sophisticated and more aggressive.
Some of my colleagues where I know were not working, we graduated almost 3 to 4 years back, serve, and they are still here, you know, no job. You know, when you see somebody or a friend that is into this kind of business, no, you don't need to influence you.
For some young people, online scams have become a shortcut to wealth. Social media glamorizes soft life and flashy lifestyle that fraudsters often display. But behind every stolen dollar is a victim.
If government can do something by provide a conducive environment, especially job for the young people, I think the rate of this crime will be reduced.
Experts warn that the rise of cybercrime damages Nigerians' reputation internationally, reduces investors' confidence, and puts honest digital entrepreneurs at a disadvantage. In order to stop or reduce online scams, the following must be organized: digital literacy classes, cyber safety seminars, government policy meetings, among others. If you receive messages that sound too good to be true, they probably are. Verify every online transaction, protect your personal information, and report suspicious activities to the authorities. Nigeria's digital future is bright, but only if we fight the dark corners of cyberspace together. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Congo-Rwanda peace deal set for signing. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break. If you just tune in, this is Meet the News at this hour on Global Television. In business, Nigeria's midstream and downstream petroleum sector remains hampered by low refinery utilization despite a combined installed capacity of 1.125 million barrels per day, according to the fact sheets on the state of the midstream and downstream sector released. The country recorded only 61.58% refinery utilization between the first and third quarter of 2025, a performance the regulator linked to technical constraints, crude supply limitations across refineries, and repeated downtime at government's refineries. In the meantime, Nigeria has taken a major step towards becoming home to one of Africa's most significant financial institutions for the energy sector. The federal government says all requirements for the takeoff of the Africa Energy Bank have now been fully met, positioning the country at the center of the continent's next phase of oil and gas investment. Here's Kike Lomo-Okere with the details.
Nigeria's drive to anchor Africa's energy future is entering its final lap. Months after winning the bid to host the headquarters of Africa Energy Bank, the country says the facility is now complete, fully furnished and ready for operations. During an inspection in Abuja, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Enikin Lukobiri, confirmed that Nigeria has delivered on every obligations required of host nations. He says the $5 billion bank was created to close long-standing funding gap in Africa's oil and gas sector, gaps that Apple says have left the continent heavily dependent on external financing, restricted technology access, and limited market control.
Apple and African Bank are the drivers of this process, to facilitate the takeoff, of the bank. But what Nigerians, and the world need to know today is that as a host country, we have met all our obligations, and the building is ready. The bank is ready to go.
With Nigerian readiness now confirmed, the continent moves closer to a new financial institution designed to reshape how African funds develop and benefit from its energy wealth. Kike Lomo-Okere, Global Television News.
In Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwanda's Paul Kagame are preparing to sign a U.S. brokered peace agreement in Washington on December 4th, aimed at resolving the prolonged crisis driven by the M23 rebellion in eastern Congo. The deal follows months of negotiations led by U.S. President Donald Trump with Kinshasa, insisting that progress depends on Rwanda ending all alleged support to the rebels who have seized key cities and worsened a severe humanitarian emergency. Both governments acknowledge that the agreement faces major hurdles, including security guarantees, territorial integrity concerns, and long-standing mistrust between the parties. And in sports, former Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has questioned the Nigerian Football Federation over the alleged failure to properly utilize the $960,000 FIFA disbursed in the 2022 World Cup preparations, accusing the federation of providing inadequate training camps, poor travel logistics, and an understaffed technical crew. In a viral video, Waldrum cited poorly arranged international friendlies, including the Japan trip, where key players arrived hours before kickoff, while insisting Nigeria travel would barely have the technical personnel FIFA permits, despite available support funds. Although records show the Super Falcons engaged in multiple pre-World Cup activities in the US, Japan, Mexico, and Turkey, and Australia, the NFF is yet to officially respond to the renewed allegations. And that's it on Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. And that's the size of it. I am Aniti Patrick. Have a lovely day ahead of you.